What's up guys, Aroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about prepping for fusions. Alright, so if you're a new player and you're having struggles getting fusions completed, and I don't mean like new player as in under 30 days in, because it's very challenging for players under 30 days in to complete a fusion. It's honestly very challenging for players under 3 months in to complete a fusion as well, but if you follow these tips and tricks, then maybe you might be able to get the fusion complete earlier on. So let's get into it. Alright, so I've been playing Raid for a little over 3 years now. I am free to play 100% on this account. I also have a pay to win account, and I also have a free to play commons and uncommons only account. So what to do if you're trying to prep for fusions but you're struggling, right? And a lot of times the biggest key factor for somebody completing a fusion or not is more than likely because of shards. Okay, that's probably the number one issue that people have. They don't have enough shards, and the biggest issue is they spend their shards faster than they can get more. Okay, if that's you, leave a like on this video, okay? And subscribe to the channel also, because you know what? You might learn something new. So anyways, if you're a new player to the game, you're going to want to save ancient shards, you're going to want to save voids, but especially you're going to want to save legendary shards. So just a quick tip here while I'm in the summoning portal. We have an extra legendary event going on, and that means if you get one legendary, you get another one free. Doesn't cost any additional silver for that free legendary. It doesn't reset your pity, which is silly that they even say that, to be honest, because it's just one champion anyways. But it doesn't reset your pity, so it counts as, I guess, 1, right? Or maybe you just start at 0. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure it starts at 1. But either way, if you can save sacred shards, you'd want to save as many as possible. Do not fall for these types of events early on, okay? Because you only have a 6% chance to get a legendary, so it might not be worth your time and efforts to pull your shards, your sacred shards, your hard-earned sacred shards on an event like this when you could start prepping right now. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm prepping. By the time we get to the next fusion, the goal is to have at least 20 or more void shards for my own account, that is. And then I probably have 20, maybe even 30 ancient shards. And then hopefully, if I'm lucky, have between 4 and 8 sacred shards. And you get sacred shards mainly from Ultra Nightmare Clam Boss, and also you can get them from Nightmare. They just don't drop as often. So that's the next spot I'll go to, and that is Clam Boss. So you should be really pushing for Ultra Nightmare. In this account, I can do about a 3 key. But I'm going to be eventually fixing it so I can do a 1 key, because I do have the gear and I do have the champions for it. I just haven't had the time or the silver to re-gear everybody completely, and honestly, that's my own fault. That's probably one of the biggest what the hecks for my account as a free-to-play, being so far into playing the game where I'm not doing a 1 key when I absolutely should be doing a 1 key on Ultra Nightmare. Now, the reason why I say that is because if you can 1 key Ultra Nightmare, you can then 1 key Nightmare. You can then 1 key Brutal. And the more clan bosses you're fighting and taking down, the better off you are, right? So if you can take down Ultra Nightmare with your clan, you're going to get double rewards. And of course, the highest reward, you could get a Sacred Shard. And if you get double rewards, 2 times chance to get those Sacreds. Awesome. A lot of times you tend to get the Ancient Shards though, which is totally fine because you want to stack up as many shards as possible. You can also get from the ultimate chest here from Nightmare, potential chance to get the same 3 different types of shards: ancient, void, and sacred. Now you can also get books, epics, and legendary tomes. Obviously you definitely want legendary tomes over epic tomes, but epic tomes are more prevalent and these ones are just more tough to get and to come by. Another place you can go to make sure you're saving shards is going to be actually Doom Tower. So Doom Tower is another area where you can get shards, okay? So Doom Tower, if I go all the way through it, now obviously I can't see the rewards right now, but we do have a reset in 1 day and 11 hours, as you can see right behind me here. So take a look right here in the corner. You can see that we do have 1 day and 11 hours left. So once it refreshes, in Hard Doom Tower, they typically have 2 Sacred Shards that you can get. One here, and usually one here or one here. So 2 Sacred Shards, typically I think 2 or 3 Void Shards, and then they also have energy and things like that. So what I do is I focus on trying to go for those shards as quickly as possible. So you should really be pushing, if you can push Hard Doom Tower that is, you should be pushing every single day and using all 10 of your silver keys, and then making sure you're also farming your red, well, I think it's gold keys. So the gold keys are for the floors, silver keys are for the bosses, and then silver keys are also for secret rooms. So make sure you are farming consistently, and then don't forget to make sure you're continuously farming these stages so you can actually get forge materials, right? You don't want to not, like, there's a lot of people out there that probably just don't use their keys because it's a time issue for them where they're playing the game too long. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to play the game that long, that's totally up to you. Depends on you as a player. But if you want to get the best resources possible, a lot of times the best resources come from the forge. Okay, there comes a point where in dungeons, there's only so much energy you can spend, and the chances of you getting great gear is so slim in the end. So farming here in Hard Doom Tower is way better to begin with. And then making sure you're farming on a consistent basis, which is also going to help you farm for these Doom Tower secret rooms and try to get legendary champions from Hard Doom Tower. And then on the flip side, if you can only farm normal, then you need to complete every single solitary secret room on normal. And I can complete them all on normal, no problem, but hard, I do have a couple of rooms where I'm still struggling on my free-to-play account. But again, farm every single one. You want to be salvaging or saving those fragment champions. Okay, you get 3 fragments every secret room you complete. That means normal, you get 3 fragments per room. Hard, you get 3 fragments per secret room completed. And you want to save up until you get these champions here. Like Liburga, that's the second to last normal epic champion on normal floors for normal Doom Tower. And then I have one more left for normal Doom Tower until they release more content or more epic champions in the normal Doom Tower. I'm interested in seeing if they bring out legendary champions, but this is another step in the process of saving for the next fusion. Pythion, as much as I want this guy right now, I really don't need him on my account. Now again, your account, if you feel like you need him or you want more points for a CVC, go based on your account level and progression. If you're a lower level account and this guy's going to benefit your account tenfold, pull him whenever you see fit. However, I do highly recommend pulling him during CVC or saving him for the next fusion if you really want a better shot at like Champion Chase, right? So Champion Chase, you pull these different champions here and you will get points towards Champion Chase. So 500 per legendary, 250 I believe per epic. But if it's a void, I think it's 350, and then if it's a void legendary, I believe it's 650. You can correct me in the comments down below if I am incorrect there. So that's a couple of items that you could do for the Doom Tower. Of course, there's also silver, there's also books, there's also energy that you can get from Doom Tower, and you want to make sure you're completing both. Notice I complete both sets of Doom Tower Hard and Doom Tower Normal because I'm getting all the rewards possible, especially if you're a low spender or a free-to-play player. Now, of course, again, I am working and struggling on these other secret rooms, but I need to work towards those. That's another place that you can get different shards as well. Lastly is you can get shards, of course, from dungeons. So right now we've got 2 times the rewards, right? So 1 raid, double rewards. Of course, the raids, you want to try to go as far down as possible so you can get the best rewards possible. Of course, if it's during a tournament like this and you're struggling, and the Pythion fusion is still going on right now. I just completed the Pythion fusion early because I completed both the Champion Chase and Summon Rush. So if we go to dragons right here, I haven't really been farming a ton of dragon because I've been farming masteries mainly on my Duchess that I pulled recently. And I do highly suggest, if you're still working on this, go for dragon. Like if you're a low level, you want to be farming the dragon as much as possible and getting these rewards, especially since these rewards are going to help along the way. And then I do want to go until I can at least get the 950, so I will get the 950 for this anniversary, 500 points. And then the anniversary is going to go towards free rewards, which I think it's here. Where is the anniversary thing? I forget where it is. Oh, it's the event. Here it is. So the 4th anniversary event, here it is. So I'm in milestone 2, and then the next thing I get is a silver chest. Again, free rewards. It's going to go on for the next 10 weeks, which is 2.5 months. And we're getting free rewards through this, right? All this stuff is free rewards. 300 energy behind me. Another ancient shard. You know, another ancient shard here. Chickens. You've got a legendary tome. 200 gems where you can potentially use it towards ancient shards, but I highly recommend using it towards getting more energy as needed for farming during fusions. Don't spend all of your hard-earned gems right away just because you want to. What a lot of people tend to do as well is they take their gems, like right now I'm in a lull. I don't have a lot of energy left. However, we just had a reset a little bit ago at 7 p.m. and I can get energy here. We can get energy here. Okay? And then once you complete all of these advanced quests, you get an additional energy. Plus, you can get energy from the monthlies. I use the monthly energy, which I saved, which you don't have to pull it right away, because once you complete it, you just click it and it allows you to collect. However, I don't collect it until the fusion starts if I'm really, really trying to prep hard as possible. So a lot of people tend to go in here and just collect all the energy right away and spend it before they start the fusion. You can use that energy to help you boost your progression into the fusion if you need the energy. Another thing you can do too, here's another thing. Clan shop. Okay, this is where you can buy energy. So this week we ended up getting energy. So if you're struggling and you forgot, like, oh shoot, I don't have any energy right now for a dragon, use this energy for dragon. Now I used the 800 energy on personally on farming for masteries, but again, I've already completed this fusion, so I don't need to use that energy towards the fusion. I'm using it towards upgrading my champions. Now I will say this too, if you've completed or you're struggling in artifact enhancement, you can utilize your coins for silver. Is it a great investment? It's not insanely good, but it can help top off the amount of silver you might need to upgrade 1 or 2 extra pieces of gear to get that max amount of rewards for that specific fragment that you're going for, or that champion that you're going for, like a rare champion during regular fusions, to be able to complete the fusion, right? So you can add those champions into, or fragments into, your fragment collector here. So think about that as well. The other thing here, make sure you're picking your elite or expert or basic quests. Don't forget to do this. You can also pull Yakarl and you can pull Yannicka from here too. So those are 2 champions that are legendary that could insanely increase your account progression. Of course, getting them earlier on is fantastic. I did recently get them. Well, I got Yannicka way earlier, but I did also get Yakarl. But I have so many legendaries that I could build up right now that I just haven't been focusing on them. So the next thing, so there's so many different things you can do. We've got the Forge Pass. Again, more free stuff. Now this isn't, you don't get shards from the Forge Pass. However, I mean, if you purchase it, you just get additional forge materials, which is a lot. You also get 5-star glyphs, 6-star chaos ores, 6-star glyphs as well as 5-star. So it's not terrible. It's a decent price, but I'm free to play. I'm not going to get it. I actually didn't get it on my pay to win account either. I'm trying to spend a lot less on the pay to win, not really focusing on the pay to win that much anyways, so I just prefer to play my free to play account. So you do get a lot of silver from here too, as well as chaos ores, as well as charms for the forge, which is beneficial for upgrading and selling gear as well if you need it, or just getting better gear in general. And then of course you want to be able to make this good gear. Now Instinct isn't one of the best sets out there, however it's halfway decent on a early game, mid game account, even sometimes late game accounts too, especially if you have good offset pieces. So you want to make sure you're working on these daily challenges every single day. Raid is doing a better and better job every year at being able to bring more content that's free to play, and you can earn things that are, not expenditure heavy, right? You're not having to spend all your money on these things. Like the Forge is free. The events for the 4-year anniversary is free. You don't have to spend money into this. The Lunar Deck of Fate, can't forget this. This is free. I did end up flipping 3 cards and I got it correct, all 3. And I ended up getting, what did I end up getting? I think I got gems. I think I got like 50 gems or 40 gems, something like that. So you can end up getting, yeah, I got the 50 gems. So I got the 50 gems, which is another refill, right? Plus, every time you flip one of these cards, you get to keep what's behind it. So that's just a few different things you can do to prep. You also want to make sure you're saving up silver. Of course, there's going to be random tournaments like Artifact Enhancement event going on. If the rewards aren't that great, you can skip it. It's not like you can't skip the Artifact Enhancement events that are on the lull before the fusion. You can do that. And you can just save up, maybe work on your Clam Boss team, maybe grind a ton of arena. Get your Great Hall up, right? Work on your Great Hall. That's okay. So these are just a couple of different things that can help you out. Of course, quests, you just want to save the energy. Missions, don't forget about the missions. If you're on the missions and you're close to more shards, work on your mission. Okay, and then of course the shop. This is interesting. I actually didn't even know they had the small lantern pack here and the large lantern pack. I do not recommend putting your hard-earned gems into these packs, okay? Don't do it. I do recommend, though, that if you're running short on energy, this is where I use my energy the most. Getting a full energy refill, which costs 40 gems each, and I can get a lot with 1895 gems. So every single day, you're also getting gems from Clam Boss. So fighting Clam Boss every day, you're more than likely going to get gems. Even if you are at a lower level, here's the lowest level. Let's see how low you can go before you start getting gems. Okay, no gems. So 5 to 10 gems on normal. So the lowest you can go to start getting gems is on normal Clam Boss, and you can get 5 to 10 gems. Excuse me, it's behind my head here. So 5 to 10 gems a day. That's not bad. Okay, but once you get to Ultra Nightmare, max chest, you can get up to 20 gems per, okay, so per chest reward. So if you beat the Clam Boss here, Ultra Nightmare, you're going to get double rewards, which means you can get up to 40 gems for double rewards there, and then an additional highest drop rate here, 15 per. So say you got 40 and then 30, you could get up to 70 gems a day just from Clam Boss alone. And then don't forget about Hydra, right? You still got Hydra drops every week where you can get these nice progression rewards. You can also get clan gold, which also goes towards buying stuff in the clan shop. Okay. Lastly here, before I let you guys go, one more good thing that you can do is go into the Bazaar. The Bazaar, I know people don't love tag team, but the Bazaar is massive for free to play and low spend players. You can get ancient shards once a week. That would be 4 ancient shards a month, 4 rare skill tomes a month, and 4 300 energy refills a month. I do not recommend going for the silver here. It's not worth it at all. This needs to be increased, in my opinion, to about 200,000 or 300,000 to be more worth it. I just don't think it's worth it right now. Honestly, it could be like 500,000. That would be way more worth it. And then, of course, you can also get champion fragments here to save for the Broadmaw. And if you save the Broadmaw and you can fuse him during the fusions, that's during the champion chase, that'll be more points. And then you can, if you're in silver, you can get void shards. Okay, and then if you're in gold, you can get sacred shards. But most people are going to be stuck in bronze because Tag Team Arena is very difficult. So there you have it. That's a bunch of different things, tips and tricks you can do to save, start prepping right now for the fusion to come. Hopefully you guys got Python. Leave it in the comments down below if you did get them. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on a video soon. Peace.